are having questions for the cooperative officer? Good. I've seen 2. So that we move very fast. So we only have 2 questions, 3. And maybe another burning that will come after that. So we're having about 3 questions for Madam Margaret. Then after that, I'll give it now to the Jubilee Health Insurance to handle his questions. So I say this is how we are going to do it. You come here, you mention your name, and you mention your membership number. If you do not have a membership number, do not worry, because I said you're a potential member. So you just come, just mention, and then you ask your question. Karibuni sana. It is now open. Come. So, Mama, I'm beginning with you.
My name is Charles Mwangi Gadanju. I'm member number 685. Thank you. My question to the cooperative officer is simply, what is the minimum membership of a cooperative, of a Sacco cooperative society limited? And what is the minimum share per month? Oh, okay. Yeah, for a member to pay monthly to the cooperative society. You got the first one, eh? Thank you.
The second question, so that we pick all of them, so that when she's responding, she responds to all the questions.
Good afternoon. My name is Jack, member 687 from St. Philip's, Jericho. My question for Madam Margaret. As a guarantor, are you listed in the CRB? That's one question. And then what is the limit of your guarantee? Is it just the contributions you've made, or it can extend to your other assets? And then, for example, if we are 5 of us from St. Philip's and we choose to guarantee each other, how then do you deal with the problem if all of us are defaulting? Will you, and we've each taken a loan and we've guaranteed each other. Now with all those challenges, and with the competition from banks and these people who ask for logbooks, Sacco's thinking of other ways of security other than guarantee. Do you accept other forms of security? Or maybe that was answered, I wasn't here earlier. And then this is just a general question for the officials. On the issue of education and us knowing about the Sacco, I would encourage that you be sharing some of the information on WhatsApp. For example, you can take sections of the Constitution and share so that we get to know more, since we now have a forum. I had another question for Jubilee. Should I wait? Or?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Asante, the third one. Come, just come.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Okubasu Mukoya, member number 695. My question is, I heard the mention of guarantors and the loan. I didn't hear about the repayment period. And I was also concerned whether if someone has a loan, are they expected to pay maybe part of the loan itself? Are they supposed to pay maybe a particular amount per month? Or maybe you can wait till the end when the period is to elapse for someone to make that payment. Then when it comes to guarantors, do all loans require guarantors? Or I'm making this question, making the assumption, if I have, for instance, a share capital of about 1 million, and I need a loan of 100,000, do I need guarantors in that situation? Or does the issue of guarantors only apply when you are borrowing more, like the thrice the amount you have? Thank you.
We appreciate them. Is there any other burning question? Any other question? I think as Ma'am will be speaking, she'll really bring it out so that we understand the shares and the deposits. Because we do not offer loans on share capital. We offer loans on deposits. I know Ma'am will bring that out clearly. Karibu.
Thank you. I want to respond to the questions I asked. First, I want to bring to light to the members what is called share capital and what is called deposits. Your savings, whatever amount you contribute every month, hizo tunaita savings ama deposits. Every month what you save. Ila tunaambiwa minimum monthly contribution, tunaita deposits. Then share capital una contribute once. Hiyo ndio tunaita share capital. The share capital ina earn dividends. The deposits ita earn at the end of the year, tukifanya audit tunapata interest on members deposit, tunagawiwa hiyo faida. So wakati tunauliza, sorry, sasa ukisema share capital, but I understand what you mean. Yes, it's quite different from the deposit. The share capital tunatumia haitumiki, tuseme unataka kutoka kwa Sacco, unatafuta mtu ananunua share capital, utaregeshewa hiyo pesa. You get somebody anunue your share capital because inaweza tumika kununua fixed assets for the society. Kununua computers, maybe furniture ya ofisi, but haiwezi tumika maybe haitatumika maybe kurudishia members. Sawa sawa? Ni ya kununua fixed assets. When you want to leave the society, get somebody else to buy your shares. Sawa sawa? I hope it's clear. The first member ameulizia minimum members wenye wanaweza anzisha cooperative. Kwa as per the bylaws tunajua ni 10, but it should be not less than 20 for viability. Because mkiwa 9, mtu mmoja atoke, tunaregister your society, we liquidate it. So we have been given a target, a minimum of 20 members. Ndio wanaweza anzisha a cooperative society. Minimum shares to pay monthly, ndio ulikuwa unaulizia mambo ya deposits. When we are registering a cooperative society, we normally fix the minimum monthly contribution. Society yenyewe ndio inaamua ni how much members watakuwa wakitoa every month, minimum. So from the ministry, we don't have a fixed figure. It's from the members. The members of that cooperative ndio wata fix. Then Jack ameuliza guarantors if they are listed in the CRB. Defaulter ndio mwenye alichukua loan na default au ndio watakuwa listed in the CRB, si guarantors. Sawa sawa? Yes. Mwenye amekosa kulipa. Aya. What you guarantee ni your deposits. Hizo ndio zinasimamia hiyo loan, your deposits. Sawa sawa? Whatever amount of money you saved in the society, hiyo ndio inasimamia hiyo loan. Then another question from Jack. suppose all wenye wame guarantee they've borrowed loans na wana guarantee one another, alafu wote wana default. So if we cannot get all of them, the guarantors, itakuwa sasa a loss to the society. If we tutawatafute all corners, tuwezi kuwapata na wame default, at the end of the day itakuwa nini? Hasara kwa society. Ndio tunaletaga mambo ya writing off hiyo figure kwa our books. Then mnauliza ameuliza are there other collateral securities which can be accepted to guarantee as a security for the loans. Tunaweza leta mambo ya collateral security. Not everybody hapa maybe ana logbook, tukisema ni logbook ama title deed. Yes, kuna some Saccos wameweka other collateral security for the loans, but it does not mean you'll do away with guarantors. Lazima kuwe na guarantors, but ni additional security. Ndio tunaleta mambo ya collateral security. So that one is something which has to be resolved in an AGM. Umpitishe kama mtakubali collateral security. Because not everybody ana hizo collateral security, so hatuwezi sema tunaiweka kama ni lazima. So lazima tutumie nini? Guarantors wenye tunajua tunaweza pata. Kila mtu anaweza pata. But that is something the management can look at. Kama member wanachukua a big loan na kuna shida ya guarantorship, that is when they can suggest to you muweke mambo ya collateral security na muagree which collateral securities are acceptable. Then Okubasu, I think I got the name right, alikuwa nauliza repayment period ya loan. Yes, wakati una borrow loan lazima kuwe na repayment period. Each category of loan iko na repayment period yake. Kama ni school fees iko na 12 months. Kama ni development loan kwa your Sacco kuna ile repayment period. So hiyo utajulishwa na officials according to each category of each type of loan. Loans umeuliza are they paid? Umeuliza sorry na najibu uko nje. Yes. Repayment for loan every month. Every month you have to repay for the loan. You cannot wait until your duration ya 2 years ama 1 year ndio utaripia loan. No, you repay every month. Kuna ile amount as principal for repayment of the loan plus interest for the loan every month. Umeuliza kama all loans should be guaranteed. Yes. The answer is yes. All loans should be guaranteed because maybe umeuliza una 1 million na ile loan unachukua ni kidogo kuliko your savings. Tunahimiza all loans should be guaranteed unless umetembea all over umekosa guarantor na you have saved a lot in the society. Maybe that time it can form as self-guaranteed. But all loans should be guaranteed because kesho yake we utaenda ugarantii mtu mwingine. Sawa. Now we use your savings as the security. So thank you very much members for being attentive and participating in this meeting. Asanteni, tunaomba tuende tuhudumie other cooperative societies. We have meetings at 2 p.m. Asanteni.
Thank you, Madam Margaret, for the responses. I think we are done with that, unless there's any other burning that I'm closing out before she leaves. So we're good. Yes.
Madam Margaret, thank you so much. I just wanted to ask in terms of the Society Act itself. Are you looking at moving into what we call risk-based pricing? So that you can be able to get a loan other than using guarantors. Is it something that the society is thinking? No. Guarantors ni lazima. And then the other thing is on the guarantors, for example, because you see, somebody can be my friend and I know he's working or she's working, but I do not know the ability or willingness to pay. Does the Sacco push, for example, for me to look at James here, he comes as a friend of mine, for me to be able to look at his CRB credit report, for me to understand his payment pattern, for me to be able to guarantee? Because I think here I'm looking at a lot of people are fearing, because as much as you're my friend, but I do not know the willingness. Is the Sacco pushing for me as a member to be able to look at my guarantor's report, credit report?
That is done by the officials. They will look at the character of the member, yeah, how he saves, how previously he's been repaying the loans. That is done by the credit committee and the management.
Oh, so me, I can't go to the office and ask, since James is asking me to guarantee, can I check on his report so that...
That you leave it to the management.
What the management to do. Oh, okay. So, thank you so much.
Thank you for those insights. I wanted to also echo on what Madam Margaret said, that when the member asked about the repayment period, this depends on the kind of a loan that you're taking, because every time you get a loan, it is scheduled. There's a schedule for your loan that is showing you this is the amount of money you'll be paying per month, and this is the period of your loan. Because in that loan form, there's 24, there's 12, there's those months, there's 36. So there's a way that form is, and then you take where you think is applicable for you as a member. Then another one, the spread, I've said that the spread through the band, you don't pay the loan at one as a cell. There's also a question about whether it is guaranteed or whether all loans are guaranteed. She's responded on that, but I want to also echo on this, that there's also that self-guaranteed loan, of which when you come and say you need a self-guarantee loan, there's a way you fill that form. Then it is also, you also educated or shown, this one that you're taking, is it 85%? There's some percentages on the self-guaranteed loans. So it's good to understand that. She also mentioned about, ukichukua loan na nyinyi nyote move default, tutakutafuta Kenya yote, kila kona ya hii Kenya, na tutawatafuta na tuwapate. So, let it just be clear in our minds as members. Before ikuwe hasara kwa board, na ikuwe hasara kwa Sacco, tutakuwa tumewatafuta, we even go to the tribunals, because the tribunal is there. So mtu asichukue loan akiwa na fikira ya kutolipa. You save, you borrow, and you pay. Haya, hatujui hiyo moto. You save regularly, you borrow, then you do what? You borrow wisely, you save regularly, you borrow wisely, and you pay promptly. So if you are 5 of you, then you guarantee each other, then you are having a mind of defaulting. We look for you just as she has said. Now, watatusaidia even through the office. So we even have the tribunal that is set to help us go through that process. So mtu asigarantiane na kiwa na uoga, ya kuwa sasa nikigarantii pesa itapotea. Na pesa ikipotea, ati Sacco itakuwa na hasara. Tangu Sacco ifike iko na hasara, Sacco imejaribu. Sawa sawa. The collateral, we are still working on that. When it is clear and done, because several members have been asking about collateral, apart from just guaranteeing, having those other documents to support. There is a hand that is being raised so high. Come, is it a question? Is it a concern? It is a question. Okay, come and ask before she goes.
Yes, I'm Douglas. I wanted to know 652. I wanted to know if you become a guarantor to someone and he defaults to pay, do they recover the amount from your deposit up to your deposit, or they can even go to, maybe you have another bank account, can they still recover from the other, or they just recover from, or they only recover from what you have deposited with the Sacco?
Thank you, members. I can see the new members are really active with questions, and I love that. To start with, You was told to answer a question on registration. Registration is 200 shillings. Minimum deposit is 500 shillings. And then we have share capital of 5,000 Kenya shillings. For the new members, we allowed you can grow the share capital over a period of time dependent on your capacity. Kama unaweza kuleta 1,000, unaweza kuleta for 5 months. Kulikuwa na swali about you must have guarantors. I think the minister official answered it quite comprehensively, but I want to add that we have self-guarantee loans. We can give you 75% of your deposits. You repay it within a period of 3 years. We give you 80% of your deposits. You pay it in 24 months. And we can also give you 90% of your deposits. You repay it within 12 months. Why? It is because we are trying to cover ourselves and the interest that we'll earn from your loan. If you are looking for self-guaranteed, and as the officer said, you have guaranteed other people, there are chances that we might ask, depending on how credit committee will look at it, we might ask for a guarantor 1 or 2. There was one, what was the question? The last person. Okay, for that one, I want to tell you that you have a very competent credit committee that before they issue a loan, they ensure that whatever they are issuing out as a loan is equally distributed among the guarantors. If you hear us asking you to add as more guarantors, that will be exactly what the credit committee will be looking for. Lingine lenye lilikuwa la afisi, lenye nimesahau pengine. Nafikiria hayo ndio yalikuwa maswali yangu yenye nilikuwa nimepata. Asanteni sana. Kama kuna lingine, feel free to come and ask about the office. We are here for you. For bylaws, kwa ule mwenye misplace mahali, tafadhali unaweza kupitia kwa afisi, you'll get it at 200 shillings.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think you've brought to clarity. Yes.
Repayment period, all our loans, maximum repayment period is 36 months. Lakini if you are capable, we encourage even you can take today, ufanyie business yako, na ulete next month, with an interest, of course. There are those, you are told that Saccos are very flexible, and true, we have been flexible. You can take a loan dependent on your record. You tell us you are a business person, you'll use it for 3 months, and after the 3 months, you'll pay us with interest. We are very, very flexible. Wale wametoka Jericho, wale wametoka Bahati. Tafadhalini, you can do that so long as you pay with interest on time. You tell us 3 months, let it be 3 months, tafadhali. Very, very flexible. Ukitaka 12 months, pia ukuje, lakini utengeneze jina lako, so that when you come for the next one, we'll be able to give you. Hatutaki tuvutane.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the clarities that you've given. I'm moving very fast now to the questions about the health insurance. How many are having questions? Yes, there's 1, there's 2. 3, 4, 5. Hapa kwa health insurance. 5. Yes, anybody else? You know, it's better we understand before we get in, you know? Yes, so I'm having 5 questions. I close it at that? Okay. Okay. So we try and be very precise. Sawa sawa, ndio tuende haraka haraka, because I want to close here by 2:15. Karibu, come. So you just give the questions, he'll pick the questions, then he'll respond.
My name is Mr. Mongi, membership number 685. My question is to Juma, David. You talked about inpatient cover. And I thought before somebody becomes inpatient, they start from outpatient. Do you cover outpatient? And to what levels? Thank you.
Thank you. The next one, just come with that line very fast so that we are done.
My name is Kennedy Ching, membership number 0655. Now, membership number 0655. And my question is this. You say that you are offering outpatient. How many packages do you have inside that package? Like in terms of dental, eyesight, and so on. And also another second question is, if I told that I have another insurance, am I being allowed to also have another one? Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Good afternoon, members. My name is Amos Waweru, membership number 0243. Mine is to say thank you to the committee for the good work about the insurance. I think it's a very good idea. My question is it done? Is it a done deal? Can we go to the office tomorrow and start signing? Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Jack, member number 687, sorry. Yeah, my question is, you gave us the premiums, the sample premiums on the inpatient, which you gave for 200,000 is 6,300. Eh? Now, what is the premiums for the outpatient? For example, for the one for 40,000, what's the premium for that? And then, is this a family cover or an individual cover that you are giving? So for the 200,000, is it only for the individual or is it a family cover? And then you said that, this arrangement you have with our Sacco gives us an advantage. So for example, the cover of 200,000, you're giving an offer of 63,000. If I was to come as 6,300, sorry. If I was to come as an individual, not through the Sacco, what would it be so that we see the advantage?
Good afternoon once again. I'm Okubasu 695, membership number. I think Ocheng has alluded to what I wanted to ask. I'll just be more specific that if I have your cover, can I have another cover with another company, and can it be used at the same time, or it's just one insurance company doing a payment, for instance, for any patient? If it's 200,000, it's you only paying that. So if it's 250, I cannot use another one, or I can also, I just want clarity on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mine is so simple, but for the interest of the Sacco, I would like to know the minimum number of persons for a Sacco to have a group insurance? And another one is, say I'm age 70, what is your upper limit currently for the age that is qualified to join? I didn't say what number I am. My name is Stephen, and my number is 0584. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions. Do we still have any other question? Any other burning that you're closing for? The beauty of Jubilee Health Insurance that they mentioned is that they begin covering from 18 years and they left it open. I think that was a plus for us, yeah? Unless he's going to say a different beat. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, members, and for your questions as well. I'm happy to answer all the questions as they've been registered. So on to the first one by Mr. Mwangi, whether we do have outpatient and what are the limits. Let me just run it from top because I had a whole presentation, but I know insurance being a whole discussion, we could have been here for almost 3 hours just talking about insurance. So I just summarized, but this is what it is. We offer inpatient, outpatient, dental, and optical. So inpatient is composed of, it has maternity within the inpatient. It has last expense within the inpatient limit. Because for maternity, you cannot just go in and you walk out immediately. So it is an IP case, so inpatient is inbuilt. The maternity limit is inbuilt within the inpatient for the solution that we've offered to St. James Sacco. The OP, we have 3 options. The limit is 40,000, 50,000, and 60,000. This is how health insurance works. Inpatient is mandatory because that is where the highest risk is. People think that outpatient is where the highest risk is because it's more frequent, but the highest risk is within the inpatient because comparing the two processes being done on someone, outpatient is, let's say, consultation, a prescription, you pick your drugs and go. If there is more investigation to be done, then several lab tests are run. But if you compare the cost, it might not match what the inpatient will be when someone is admitted. Because bed alone will cost you a minimum of 8,500. That is an average level 3 hospital. So I hope it's clear that we offer both in and out. What are the options? You can have an IP only cover. You can have IP, OP cover. Then you can have IP, OP, dental, optical. So IP, I mean inpatient. OP, I mean outpatient. Then dental optical is also part of what we are offering. So the pricings are being done separately as per the benefit that you are purchasing. I hope that one also covers what Mr. Chieng had asked. I'll combine Okubasu and Ochieng's question on coinsurance. Co means 2, right? Insurance can even be more. This is the case. David Juma works at Jubilee Health. He has a family cover, which is a staff cover. I have my spouse and kids covered. My spouse works for another corporate organization. They have taken a cover with another insurer or even the same Jubilee as a corporate cover. I'm covered there as a dependent. On the Jubilee corporate cover, I'm a principal member. I'm covering my dependents, right? When the time of claiming comes, one of us goes to the hospital. 2 cards are at the hospital's disposal. It is the member to decide which one to use. What matters is the procedure that you are just about to undergo and the limit that you have under the Jubilee health cover or the other cover. Is it sufficient for the procedure? The first thing when you land at an admission desk, there is a pre-auth that comes from the hospital. That's why I'm saying we could have taken 3 hours discussing this, but yes. So the pre-auth will give an estimate of how much the hospital will demand from the insurer after doing, okay, on discharge. Let's say they need to do a surgery and they are saying it's going to cost them 400,000. You have a cover of 200,000 with Jubilee. The other cover is 300,000. So in total, you have a cover of how much? 500,000. So if the two comes together, Jubilee will pay their bit, the other cover will pay their bit. What matters is, please disclose to the hospital that I have 2 covers, including the NHIF, so that each and every company takes liability, because what matters is, what happens if I hold on the other cover, then bill runs over and above the limit I have? What will be the response of the insurance company? We were not notified when you were being admitted. So how comes we are just coming in between when now the bill is over and above the other? So a noble course is tell the hospital that I'm holding 2 cards, Jubilee Health and the other one. Give them the cards. They will send the pre-auth to all the hospitals. Jubilee will say, out of the 200,000 you guys are saying we are giving an undertaking of a certain amount. But also, just be careful because it is exposed for abuse, because definitely every business is opened, they're rooting for profit, right? Nowadays, health has been commercialized. It is not like before, where health was first priority, money comes last. So once they can check that your card has got this much, definitely, even an admission that was supposed to take two days, you'll stay there for like 3 more days, just for them to milk your card. I'm not saying that that is what is happening, but we understand how these things work. So for Ochieng and Okubasu, the 2 cards work concurrently. What matters is we shall not pay over and above the bill that is at the hospital. This is what happens. If they decide to hide the other undertaking of the other insurer, then your 200 bill will be paid double. When the time comes, you'll be checking your statement. The same bill that was paid by Jubilee has been paid by the other underwriter. So it is the member to lose, not the hospital, not the insurer. On to Jack. The outpatient premiums are tabled. We have a table, the rating table, that shows how much the outpatient premiums are. And I'll just walk you through what that is briefly. For someone who is buying a 60,000 outpatient, the outpatient premium for one person is 14,850. 14,850 basic premium. If you are having a family member, because I'm tying that to the same question that Jack had asked about family or individual, this cover has been designed to cover a member only or member plus family. So the rating is M to stand for member, M plus 1 to stand for member plus a dependent. So whether a dependent is your spouse or your child, we are charging an extra small amount to cover the extra person. So for an M plus 1, you'll get out of 60,000, you are paying 25 to 45 to give a family limit of 60,000. So the table is there. You'll be able to get to know once you are in the office. The difference between group and individual. Group has higher negotiation power than individual. That's why you guys have come to form a Sacco than staying a Lone Ranger. So for groups, we'll be able to listen most. Individual, the risk is high. So definitely premiums are a bit high. And also terms and conditions of that cover varies. In terms of minimum membership, that is Mr. Steve, we are covering from 10, and there is no upper limit for groups. So we continue to onboard as many as possible. For the age limit, we gave a proposal because we were working on a solution for your Sacco. And we had a data that we were going through to come up with the ratings. And onboarding, we gave it up to 70 years, and someone continues to be on cover up to the age of 80. And as a Sacco, because we are looking at a bigger picture, this is a product that was formed in 2020, mid-COVID, and we capped it to that for a pilot. And so far, other solutions have been opened to a lifetime cover. Only this that is being still being piloted, and we are giving it up to 80 years. But I'm telling you, it is under review as we speak, because something which is just 2 years and has grown to a premium of 125 million needs a review. We are reviewing this, and soon we shall come back to St. James and tell you that the solution has now been reviewed to cover members to lifetime. But other solutions are covering lifetime as we speak. Thank you, unless there is something I've left out.
Thank you, David. I think those were the questions that we had, and they have all been handled. Sorry? I want to move away now from that and call the last person on your program. But before that, can we just appreciate ourselves with good 5 claps, good 5. Prepare your hands. We start with 5. No, these are long ones. So we start with 5. Good. Thank you. Thank you for that time. I think we've moved on well. And if you have any other questions to do with the health insurance, please visit the office. Anne and Peter will be there fully to give you the right information that you need. We are glad that those who are online, there are several comments that they've put across. We'll go through them as we continue. And I want to welcome now the Vice Chairman, Mr. Wafula, who is going to do the vote of thanks. When you look at your program, it is Jacqueline Ogutu. Na nika hijack hiyo kazi ya MC. He was the one to do that, Mr. Wafula. And now he's here. Let him do as the vote of thanks. Karibu, Mr. Wafula.
Asante Jacqueline, asante kwa kazi nzuri hii ambayo umefanya. Tunashukuru sana sana. Hata Jackie ndio tusimsahau kwa sababu naye amefanya kazi nzuri, sio? Amefanya kazi nzuri ama saa kufanya? Tumpatie kofi moja ya maana. Tushikilie alafu tulete. Asante sana Jacqueline kwa kazi hiyo ambayo umefanya kazi nzuri. Wakati huo wote tokea asubuhi mpaka saa hizi. Yangu ni kusema vote of thanks na nitafanya exactly hiyo. Kwanza tunamshukuru Mungu sana sana. Mungu ndiye ametuwezesha kuweza kuwa hapa wakati huu. Members hawa ambao ni committee wamepanga tu tarehe hii, wakatangaza kwa members ambao ni nyinyi. Na Mungu huyu ni wa ajabu kwa sababu amewezesha siku hii ikaweza kutimia na ikawa nzuri vile imekuwa. Simekuwa siku nzuri. Pili, ningependa kushukuru kanisa kupitia kwa ajidikon wetu Charles Chege kwa kutupa nafasi hata kukaa hapa katika hall hii na kufanyia mikutano yetu hapa. Tunamshukuru pia ajidikon kwa kutupa ndugu yetu Reverend Edward. Alitupatia neno nzuri hapa ya kuhimiza kila mmoja wetu. Kwa niaba ya hawa wawili pamoja na Mungu wetu tuwapatie Yesu makofi. Tatu, ningependa kuwashukuru ninyi members wote ambao wamepata nafasi ya kuja mkutano huu wa siku ya leo. Moso, members wetu ambao sitaki kuwaita new members, ni new kwa sababu wameingia hivi majuzi, lakini sasa ni wenyeji kwa sababu wamepewa membership na wameanza kuchanga. Ndugu zetu wa St. Philip's Jericho, ndugu zetu wa Emmanuel Bahati, na huko kwingine quote ambao members wamejoin, na members wetu ambao pia wamejoin wakiwa hapa. Mungu awabariki sana na karibuni katika Sacco hii, tuendelee kuhimizana pamoja na kujengana pamoja. For information, members, since July this year, ndio tulianza venturing out kufikia members wetu wa Diaconary. Tumeandikisha members 56. Sisi tumefanya kazi. So kwa hayo tunashukuru Mungu sana kwa hii membership ambayo ina grow. And as one of our secretary has said, in the first quarter ya next year, God willing, our target was 100 members per year. Tunaweza, tutaweza? Sisi tunaweza kwa uwezo wa Mungu. So hiyo ndio information tuko nayo na asanteni sana. 4, nikapenda kuwashukuru facilitators wetu ambao waliweza kupata nafasi ya kuja kutuongelesha na kutuambia machache kuhusu Sacco ni nini, kuingia Sacco ina maana gani, kulipa loan ina maana gani, kuwa guarantor ni nini, na yote hayo najua kila mmoja tunapoenda nyumbani kuna kitu ambacho kila mtu ameenda nacho, sio? Tumepata kitu ambacho tutapata. Asanteni sana facilitators wetu na asanteni sana kwa kutusikiza pia wakati wanaongea. 4 ama 5, hata kama chakula hatujakula bado namshukuru mwenye kufacilitate na kutupatia chakula siku ya leo. Na nasikia tu kinanukia ni kitamu. Sisi tumshukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya facilitator wa chakula. Tumpekie makofi pia. Na 5, karibu mwisho, ni hawa officials kupitia kwa chair wangu Mr. Mleshe na vice chair wetu wa housing, ndugu yetu kijana wetu mdogo Chris, na wote ambao waliweza kufika kufanya siku hii iweze kuwa vile ilivyokuwa. Na sio tu leo. Hawa ndugu hawa na dada wamekaa hapa masaa mengi usiku na hata wakati mwingine Saturday kama leo kupanga sio tu siku hii, bali kupanga mikakati na maendeleo ya Sacco yetu na housing ambayo inakuwa. Na pia housing mliambiwa na Chris kwamba so far tuko na watu 70. Na hii ilianza mwezi wa 4 mwaka huu. Si hata wamefanya kazi mzuri. So tunashukuru Mungu kwa kazi hii ambayo inafanyika. Na all in all, we thank God more so very much for helping us to make a step and make a change in people's lives in church here and in our communities that we come from. Kwa haya machache, Mungu awabariki sana na walinde mpaka wakati mwingine tutakapofanya mkutano kama huu, ama wakati ule tutakutana kwa AGM, God willing, mwezi wa 2 thereafter, ama wakati huo kama Mungu atapenda. So tujipikie makofi, na ni kofi moja tu tutasanya matunda yote. Ni mti gani mtamu kwa matunda? Mwembe? Avocado kweli ndio nakuwa kwa urahisi na haraka, si ni nyingi. Haya, tushika avocado yote, kutoka juu, kutoka chini, kutoka wapi, kutoka kando. Moja. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Asante. Tutasimama, tumekaa sana. Tuombe kwa kushukuru Mungu kwa siku hii, na pia tuombe chakula. Ama walikuwa wameomba? Acha tuamini na tuombe. Baba yetu, Mungu wetu ulio juu mbinguni, tunakushukuru, tunakuinua na kutukuza jina lako mchana huu, kwa sababu umekuwa mwema, umekuwa mtiifu na mwaminifu kwetu. Tokea asubuhi ya leo umekuwa pamoja na sisi, umesafirisha wanachama wetu wakaja salama, na hata umetupa wakati mzuri tulipokuwa hapa, na hata yote ambayo tumefanya Baba, tunasema ni asante kwa kutuwezesha kwa kila neema na ambayo umetupatia siku ya leo. Baba, mchana huu tunaomba baraka kwa kila mmoja ambaye aliwacha kazi yake akaja katika mkutano huu kwa ajili ya kutaka kujiendelesha kimawazo, ni kifikra, na hata katika kuendelesha kuweza kusoma kutoka kwa mwingine. Baba, mchana huu tunaomba kwamba hata baadaye tunapoondoka kwenda nyumbani, enda pamoja na sisi kama umetulinda katika safari ya kutoka hapa mpaka tunapokwenda. Baba, tuna wale ambao tumewacha nyumbani pia tunaweka mkononi mwako, kwamba Baba unapotubariki sisi hapa na wanachama wengine ambao ni wa kikundi hiki ambao hawakuja, pia utubariki wote kwa pamoja. Jioni hii ama mchana huu tunakushukuru Baba kwamba watu hawa wote ambao wamekuja ni kwa ajili ya kutaka kujiendelesha kimaisha, na wewe ndio utatuwezesha Baba kwa nguvu na uwezo wako. Na baadaye itakuwa ni ushuhuda kwamba Baba tumekuona kwa sababu umetembea na sisi. Baba, pia kuna chakula ambacho kimetayarishwa kwa ajili ya wapendwa hawa kuweza kula na kunywa. Kibariki na uweze kuwalinda hata wanapokitumia chakula hiki. Na pia ukumbuke kuwabariki na wale ambao hawakupata kitu cha kunywa mchana kama huu wa leo. Kwa hayo tunaomba tukishukuru kupitia kwa maana Yesu Kristo aliye Mwokozi wetu. Amen. Neema Baba Yesu Kristo, mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu Baba na ushirika wa Roho Mtakatifu ukae nazi zote sasa na hata milele. Amen.